Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're getting into something that, well, often feels a bit complex, maybe even scary. Personal finance and investing.
hmm
We're going to look at a real classic, The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. But we're doing it through the eyes of someone, a regular person trying to make sense of it all.
Yeah, someone figuring it out.
Exactly. And our mission here is to see how this really dense book about stocks and bonds actually has some big insights for anyone, even if you're, say, juggling bills day to day.
Right.
It's more about changing how you think about money, really.
Precisely.
Yeah.
We want to connect those big foundational ideas from Graham to the kind of financial stuff you deal with every day.
Sure.
Show how these concepts, which seem complicated, can actually lead to those aha moments.
Uh-huh.
You know, it maybe help you feel a bit more in control.
So our source material comes from someone who initially felt totally lost with this book.
Understandable?
Yeah, living paycheck to paycheck, then suddenly hit with terms like stocks, bonds, intrinsic value, margin of safety.
It sounds like a different planet.
It did to them. They said it felt like a different world.
But Graham actually makes these simpler than they sound. Intrinsic value. That's just what a company is genuinely worth. Forget the stock price for a second.
Okay, it's real value.
Yeah. And margin of safety.
Yeah.
That's basically buying something good for way less than it's worth.
Like getting a discount.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A built-in cushion. So this person, despite feeling overwhelmed at first, found Graham's voice to be really calm, disciplined, kind of cutting through all the noise, the financial stress, the get-rich-quick schemes flying around.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
There is. Graham's whole thing is slow, steady, patient. He had this great idea of Mr. Market.
Ah, yes,
This like moody business partner who shows up every day offering to buy your shares or sell you his, based purely on how he feels.
Totally emotional.
Completely. And Graham says the smart investor just, well, ignores the drama most days, only acts when the price makes real sense.
That must have been a huge shift, focusing on the actual value, not the daily ups and downs.
It was.
And they mentioned even with, not much money to start with, the book changed their thinking. Realizing, okay, investing isn't just gambling.
Right, it's not the casino.
It's about protecting what you've earned, making it work over time. And that meant thinking like Graham taught, like a business owner.
Watching the pennies?
Watching every penny, and crucially, not making decisions based on fear or excitement when the market goes wild.
And that led to, I think, a really powerful realization for them. They said, the real enemy isn't just poverty, it's ignorance and fear.
Wow. Yeah.
Just gaining that knowledge from the book, even if it was tough going sometimes, gave them something really valuable.
Which
A
was?
sense of control, especially when you don't have a big safety net, feeling like you understand things, like you have some agency. That's huge. You're not just pushed around by things you don't understand.
Absolutely. And the line that really struck them, the one they said hit hard, was straight from Graham.
Let me guess. About the investor being their own worst enemy.
That's the one. The investor's chief problem, and even his worst enemy, is likely to be himself.
It's so fundamental, isn't it? Graham was pointing out that our own emotions, panic, greed, jumping on bandwagons, FOMO,
Fear of missing out,
all that stuff probably costs investors more money historically than any recession or market crash ever did.
So it's about mastering yourself first.
It really is. Self-mastery as a financial strategy.
So, wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway for you listening? The Intelligent Investor. It's clearly not just for the Wall Street experts.
Definitely not.
It's actually a guide for anyone who wants to feel more in control of their money, even if you're starting small. And it starts with your mindset, with understanding value.
Yeah. Look, the book won't magically fix everything overnight. It won't make you rich tomorrow.
No magic wands.
No. But it absolutely can help you think differently about money, about risk, about your own reactions. And like our source said, changing how you think. That's often the very first step towards feeling, well, a bit more free.